Auto assign. I'm gonna increase my... Yeah, we'll do that. Level up. Blade Master. Blade Masters are warriors who rely purely on offense. They gladly give up using shields in the offhand and wield one sword in each hand. Being a Blade Master requires much training, however, and only a few warriors in the whole of Aravorn are blessed with this title. Natural-born leaders, Blade Masters have a variety of skills available to defeat their enemies. And a warrior. Warriors fight using mainly their strength and dexterity. Able to wear the heaviest armors and wield the heaviest weapons, they are, however, unable to use any magic and lack the flexibility of thieves. Warriors can specialize in various secondary disciplines, which can improve either their attacks or their defenses. Yeah, so... Knockdown has been a really awesome ability. I mean, I'm liking that a lot. Yeah, Knockdown has been super useful. What is this? Wide Slash hits all enemies in the front line with 50% damage. I mean, that's really good too. I kind of want that also. Being able to attack in a line is nothing to sneeze at. But I have to take No Mercy in order to do that. Which is fine. Yeah, I'll take that. No Mercy. Let's take more. Will. Thief. Thieves are a deadly class when used together with mages. They're average fighters, and while some can cast some magic, they are not as powerful as mages. However, they are masters of incapacitating opponents and taking advantage of any existing target's conditions. In fact, all thieves' specialization skills take advantage of an existing condition to deliver an often deadly blow to the enemy. That's fine. I might even give a little bit more in will. Deadly Strike. Bleeding Strike. Let's do Cold... No, I don't have any skills. Ruby. The Cyclops is dead thanks to Mesphit's blood rage. Saren attempted to grab Mesphit, but the Dark Elf evaded him expertly. Does that look like a two-headed ogre to you? Mesphit did not reply, only low growls escaped him. Punch him in the face again. This fool is going to slaughter an entire colony and only for some forsaken demon urge. That cannot happen. You hear that, Dark Elf? Are you even still in there? You're not even in charge here. Mesphit flayed around. In the next moment, they heard heavy footfalls and crushing noises in front of them. The two giant Cyclops burst into view, enraged from seeing their dead brethren. They both swiped at the party. Before anyone could react, Mesphit exploded, a dark aura from him, warding off the beasts and keeping them from landing their attacks. Impressive. He then leapt into action, attacking them both. Yeah, I'm good with what we have. Oh gosh, there's two of them now, of course. Let's, give more energy. Swipe. Yes. In a row. Bonk. Blood. Nice. There we are. Ooh! Oh my, that was... What? He just went down with one hit? That is... Oh my goodness. How the heck... Okay, you all need to get stunned or something. Because that was ridiculous. How in the world? Strike 2-3 is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if I can do this yet, guys. Alright. Bring back Ray. Ooh. Devour. Beast form. Blood. Good gravy. Bring him back to life. Oh my. He really likes attacking those. Sheesh. Devour. You need to stun if I had any left. Magic left. Alright. Shield wall. I'm gonna have to make use of, like, shield walls against these Cyclops next time.
I must go on.
Oof. This is rough. Can't do a fatality. Devour. There we go. Whew. It's a massacre. The Cyclops' bodies were piling up. We've taken many innocent lives this day. There is no honor here. These things are ruthless. They're just big game. They're just big game to me. Only the Etten. Do you understand? Only him. Mesphit wrinkled his nose and started to wander off. Whether or not he heard or understood was left to be seen. They walked cautiously across the plains, hoping they would not have any more unwanted battles. The group was struck with apprehension when they saw a hive of Cyclops standing in the distance. Mesphit saw them too. His stare was locked on them and he was completely still. His breathing sped up. He then broke his stare and clenched his jaw. He then continued forward, ignoring the group. Everyone was impressed with this hint of self-control. Fortunately, they did not have to test it again, as the Etten was found grazing in the open field. Upon seeing it, Mesphit snapped. He sprinted towards the beast with an otherworldly roar. Help him kill the Etten so this ordeal will be done with. They nodded at each other and rushed after Mesphit to battle into this creature. Ooh boy. Alright, let's keep it up. We need to shield our party. Yeah. Too bad I can't give people, like, temporary HP. I'm going to do that. Ooh, okay. Not so far, so good. That strike through, man, was rough. Alright. He's already stunned? Confused? Target magic values reduced by 20%. Paralyze? I'm gonna try to paralyze him. Let's do a shield wall, just in case. I don't trust that Etten farther than I can throw him. Crushing blow. Well, that was annoying. Swap places. Swap places. Take that. Swap places. Let's see. We need to get some healings on. Life 1 or Life 2? Life 2. No, let's do Life 2. Because his hit points are lower. Paralyze him. Good. Whew. Gotta keep that status effect up. Devour. keep on keeping on. Let's give you a little bit more energy. Keep up the paralyzation. I mean, the longer we can keep him paralyzed and incapacitated, the better. There's only one of him, so you just have to keep on giving him the pressure. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. Heal 2. Yeah. Try to paralyze him again. Throw up the shield wall. There we go. Confuse him. Taunt battle cry.
Our path is now clear.
Nice. Whew. We did it. We killed the Etten. The two heads released 2 different dying breaths, and then one after the other they fell over, sending the whole body to the ground. Quest completed. Killed Dromzak. Mesphit was not done with it. He climbed to the top of the corpse and continued to hear him new wounds. Those with sensitive stomachs looked away in disgust. He has fallen! Mesphit's wild behavior calmed and transitioned into admiring his skill. His hands were covered in the Etten's blood. Saren lurched, watching blood trickle down his arm. Is he done yet? Oh, please let him be done soon. I'll let you know when to look again. The slating of his thirst soon came as his demon features lessened. Mesphit and not the demon began to reappear. He looked increasingly tormented, until finally he slid off the remains of the Etten. The hunger is gone. None of us will be able to eat for weeks, that's for sure. That was indescribably wrong. Mesphit's expression jerked, as if he was struggling with the morality of what just happened, too. It's over now. And now you go back to your father. Putting this dark elf back into society was now the last thing in most of their minds. Will these cravings happen again? I don't know. They were all silent as they took in the possibility. He just can't go back and live with his father after this. He needs to be put to death. That's your answer to everything. Enough. I trust Saren in this decision. Thank you, Loren. Saren felt the weight of everyone's looks on him. He lives. It'd be better if we actually had a choice. I mean, I want Mesphit to live. I'm actually rooting for the guy. I love his tragic story, and I'd like to believe that he can redeem himself. We'll take him back to see his father. But after that, Saren looked intently at Mesphit. There's only one solution. He has to stay under our supervision. Pardon? Is that safe? Are you sure about that? He would be your responsibility. In his mind, killing Mesphit was out of the question. It went against every ethic he had as a healer. Yes. Unfortunately, I am sure. Loren exhaled and confronted Mesphit. You are lucky there's a person here to vouch for your life. We will not hesitate to take it from you if you decide you're above our rules. I understand. Saren, make sure he is a dependable and functional member of this group. Yes, ma'am. Yay, we got Mesphit. Saren saluted her as she walked away. The party gave Mesphit a range of looks from apathy to loathing as they followed her. His life has been spared one too many times, but Saren knew that was one of the most important factors to keeping him away from his demon desire. If Mesphit felt security instead of threat, then there was a chance he could suppress the demon blood indefinitely. But that was going to be more difficult than Saren could have imagined. Ooh, I want to talk to this Mesphit guy. Oh man, look at our cast. Mesphit glared at Saren as he approached. He flexed his jaw. You've allowed me to live. Why? You're not our enemy. I am. I am part demon. I've hungered for your death before. I'm sure I will hunger again. Saren eyed Mesphit, considering what he said. If our roles were reversed, I would not have let you live. You would be a burden to keep and danger to let go. My decision would have been quick. But our roles aren't reversed. You're mine now, buddy. You're mine now, buddy. So get used to living. Mesphit hissed. I've turned my back on my brothers in the desert to become a prisoner of the Empire dogs. I'd rather be dead. What did you call me? The Dark Elves have not forgotten the injustice of the Empire has inflicted upon our kind. You are no better than the Forest Elves. I am a servant of the Amazons. I have done nothing to the Dark Elves. A servant? A slave? You know true oppression, yet condemn me to a life with it? Excuse me? I am bound to a tree at night. You speak of me as if I am not here. I cannot be trusted to be left alone, not even to bathe. Oh, well, I mean, if you need company. This is not a life I want to live. What about your father? Mesphit's hard glare softened at the thought of Tobar. You're alive for him and your people. You were once a freedom fighter. Is your movement over? No. He was quick to respond, the fire of his rebellion still alive within him. You have a lot to live for. They call me a monster. You're awfully handsome for a so-called monster. Mesphit's eyes searched Saren's face in silence. Neither found anything more to say in an unending pause, so Saren broke away. Nice. Excellent, excellent. Perhaps I have not impressed upon you the urgency of our matters. Nothing's new. Amukiki says nothing. Restless. We should break for camp soon. Need to be alone. I need to be alone now. How are you handling Mesphit? Oh, I'm handling him just fine, Ray. Ray glared at Saren for a moment before responding. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Hey, you were being sarcastic. Only I'm allowed to do that. You've invited my worst enemy to bed with us instead of riddling the world of him. I must now watch over him like a child. I can invite him to bed too, Ray. So we can share that burden if really, or I can just take the burden completely. Excuse me if I'm a little perturbed. I know my decision doesn't sit well with you, but I'm asking you to accept it. Just tell me why. Because he's a cutie pie, and he's got that whole brooding, oh, I can fix him. He's got this whole tragic thing, and we can redeem him kind of thing about him. Exactly, Saren said it, because I think he can redeem himself. He's a murderer. So are you. Ray clamped his mouth shut. Forget that little fact, didn't you? Just because he's a dark elf doesn't mean he deserves more hate than you. Mesphit didn't kill your parents. Your order to assassinate him is over. You are now teammates. Loren and I expect that you will respect that. I'm a professional. I will start acting like one. I'm sorry. Wow, that actually worked a lot easier than I thought. Though he apologized, Sarah knew that Ray would continue to not tolerate Mesphit's presence. It looks like the Dark Elves are finally getting accepted back into the forest. To you it might. All that happened is that elders calling upon my people to die for them. Come on now, aren't you being too harsh? The Forest Elves have decided to give amnesty to Dark Elves. Isn't that a step in the right direction? Under other conditions, I would be more grateful, but this only goes to show how greedy the elders can be. They have ignored us and persecuted us until they needed bodies to throw into the fray, and you ask me if that is progress? I see what you're saying, but you've committed crimes simply to be recognized. Now your people are being recognized like you wanted. It may cost some lives, but the Forest Elves can't ignore your people anymore after this. You would be surprised. Can't you be more optimistic about this? The time for optimism has passed. Saren was starting to realize how convinced Mesphit has become from a lifetime of rejection. Did you really kill a forest elder? Mesphit stood up straight. I did. No, not what I wanted to hear, I'll admit. Were you under the influence of your demon blood again? No, the elder deserved his death. I acted for my people, not for the demon inside. You? I don't regret my actions. They were wrong, they were violent, but I regret nothing. You murdered someone, but don't regret it? Why not? All pleas of my people were ignored by the forest. My father tried in vain to reach out to the elders and the druids. We were killed on sight in the forest, and messengers we've paid to enter on our behalf may as well have never gone. Not a word has ever come back. Neither did food or help of any kind. We were left to fend for ourselves in the arid sand, just as they condemned our ancestors. The elders forced our hands. That elder forced me to kill him. Well, I don't think the Elder forced you to kill him, Mesphit, but I seriously doubt that. I don't expect you to understand. I'm a healer, so... Look, all I know is that if you start stabbing people, they hate you pretty quickly. You're stabbing and stealing and everything else, that's bad. You expect people to change their minds about you? And you expect people to change their minds about you? I am the beginning. I am the next step. My father and the whole reign of fathers before him tried the peaceful approach. They've all failed. Now we must fight back. They've put us in this position, so it's their fault. I mean, he's not completely wrong there. The deaths I have watched from their selfishness. Mesphit closed his eyes tightly and turned away. Hey, I'm not done talking to you, handsome. How did you come to be? How did you come to be? Saren drifted off, unsure if a question about his demon blood would set him off or if it was pointless to ask. The pause allowed Mesphit to fully understand. He looked away with gritted teeth. Her. Who? Demon. She spoke truth to me. She understood everything and she wanted to help. Oh, I doubt that. Mesphit looked at his arms and tightened his muscles so that he could see his veins. Ooh. It did help in the beginning. But you were no longer yourself. I was weak, like our ancestors. My father spoke about how we had become a stronger race than before. I proved that he was wrong. So the Dark Elves deserve to be ostracized? I know you don't believe that. I don't. It shouldn't matter. We're still living and breathing. We still need a home. That's like saying demons deserve a place in our world, too. Demon, a word for an evil being. Dark, a word for the absence of good. Our words are our shackles. Your very language imprisons me. But demons are evil. Are they? Saren had no way to answer that. That was just an accepted fact. They had done so much evil across the world, and for just no reason. I think your blood may be going to your head. Maybe you need to lie down. I am thinking clearly. More clearly than I ever have in my entire life. But you know that we must fight the demons. Are you truly on their side? No, I am no friend to the demons in the East, but only because of the crimes they have committed, not for what they are. You say they are evil? Your idea of evil may not even exist. Saren shook his head. It was too much to even begin to consider. If the demons weren't evil, then why are they fighting them? He decided to break the conversation before it got any worse. Can we read? Yeah, I kind of want to read the rest of everybody's, other ability descriptions. Hunter. Hunters are masters of attacks from a distance. While they can fight using small weapons at close range, their real strength is attacks from afar. The bow and arrows are the hunter's best friends, and they can use the camouflage skill to hide and then strike their opponents using a wide range of attack skills. Berserker. Berserker warriors are the mostly found among dwarves. Even if polite and kind, berserkers transform themselves completely in battle. Hey, just like Mesphit. Using their willpower to resist enemy attacks and their rage to quickly regenerate stamina points. They are sturdy, mighty warriors who have a true dedication to smashing opponents in the battlefield. Mage. Mages fight using their intelligence, wisdom, and, of course, their magical powers. They are limited to wearing only cloth armor and cannot use most weapons except for daggers and staves. In the battlefield, they are usually relegated to the back row because of their low health and defense. Their spells, however, affect a larger area, damaging several opponents at once. Mages have a very wide range of specializations, ranging from druid to necromancer, making a mage the most versatile class. Elementalists. Elementalists are mages who specialize in elemental spells. They can control fire, water, earth, air, and heart magics, and use those elements to cast areas of damage spells to their enemies. The only magic school that they cannot control is dark magic. Scout. Scouts are very versatile thieves, and the thief specialization class closest to the warrior, since they prefer close-range combat, usually wielding a spear. They have a good range of skills, capable of either killing quickly, a single target, or dealing damage to multiple targets at once. Nice. Gladiator. Gladiators fight endless battles in the human imperial arenas, and their battle setup often includes a weapon and a shield. They believe that a solid defense is the main foundation for an invincible warrior, and so they have several skills to protect themselves and their allies. However, they are also able to assault enemies or scare them with fearsome battle cries. Assassin. Assassins are thieves who concentrate all of their efforts on killing a single target quickly. They have a wide array of deadly skills at their disposal to accomplish this goal, preferably with a crossbow, although they can also fight at close range. Arc Wizard. Arc Wizards are usually the oldest mages who have become extremely powerful through decades of training their magics. They are similar to Elementalists because they have spells that inflict area damage using all 4 forms of elemental magic, but they are also able to regenerate nearby allies' hit points. Which is ridiculously awesome. And I know about the Demon Blood. Cool. Awesome. And we still have a lot of characters to recruit. So let's go back and send him home. Tobar almost dropped his staff when he saw his son walking towards him. Mesphit. Father, I am so... Tobar cut off Mesphit as he pulled his son's forehead down against his own. Demon's blood, forest elders, all the Cyclops of the Sands. The only one thing I would never forgive you is if you left this world before me. They closed their eyes and went silent. Karen bid the group to leave the family alone. After some time, Tobar and Mesphit approached them on their own. Thank you for returning him to me. He says he is to go with you. We've decided that he requires strict supervision. We believe you'd provide better for him, but given his history... I understand. I know you're doing this so that he may live. Tobar made eye contact with Saren. Thank you. Please take him. Keep him safe. I will do that, sir. Why ask that? I am capable. Someday. Tobar patted his son on the shoulder and left him. Mesphit watched his father leave with puzzlement. Tobar would be happy to see his son every time they returned. Toby would be happy to see his son every time they returned, but he would refuse Mesphit's request to steal him away from Loren. Tobar knew that he could no longer handle his son, but he reassured Mesphit that one day he would be able to return. But it was not that time yet. Cool. What's at the Truth Temple? Loren led the group up the great snowy mountain of Mount Kronos. It is often referred to as the Mountain of the Dead, known for its numerous tombs and burial grounds. Laughter cackled through the air. The party looked around in surprise, sure that none of them had left. Do you hear that, or am I just imagining things? No, I heard it too. Someone's already up here. But that climb was too difficult. The mountaintop should be empty. The same laughter surrounded them again, but this time they all heard where it was coming from. I've climbed a mountain that made Kronos look like an anthill. A man wearing a monk's robe stood barefoot and cross-armed at the top of their path. This guy's cute, too. Who are you? Name yourself. Loren drew her sword, but the monk didn't even blink. Gosh, what's his name? Anime. Oh, I don't remember. He doesn't look exactly like him, but he reminds me of that ninja character, anime, because an A, I think, I don't remember. I am Sauser, Master of Truth. Master of Truth? You some sort of spirit sent to test our worth? Sauser laughed once more. No, I can see that very well already. It's not much, by the way. Loren grumbled and raised her sword ready to attack. You're welcome to try, but I've trained some of the best warriors in the world. Why have you stopped us if you don't wish to battle? Stopped you? You're the ones who stopped me. I was in the middle of meditation before you came traipsing up here, breaking my concentration. Master of Truth, you're a monk of the Disciples of Truth, are you not? I am. What are you doing on top of a mountain? This is my sanctuary of solitude. A sanctuary of solitude, I love it. Well, at least it was. My fellow monks and I are spending the season here to cleanse us from the evils of society. But then you just walk up and say hello. Oh, I forgot. Hello. The monk sighed. Dora, I found him first. I saw him first. You're welcome to come by the temple if you'd like to train, but don't disturb the disciples. Many have taken a vow of silence. I'm gonna follow this guy and see what his story is. The party had heard of a monk temple nestled in the mountains and deemed them a force worthy of their growing army. So they hiked up the great Mount Kronos despite bitter gales and temperatures tempting them to stay down. When they reached the top, they found the glorious temple covered in snow. That must be the Temple of Truth. I can't believe people actually live in this place. Mountains are a right fine home for many folk. Yeah, but in the middle of 10,000 blizzards, you'd have to be crazy. Oh, thank the moon, a place that looks warm. I've got icicles just about everywhere on me, and I mean everywhere.